Hello YouTube, welcome to our fourth tutorial in Algebra 1. Today we're going to be talking about how to evaluate single variable expressions. Okay, to evaluate single variable expressions, we need to first learn the three properties of equality. Three of the properties of equality. There's more, but for now, we just need to know these three. We need to know the addition property of equality, subtraction property of equality, and multiplication property of equality. Okay, so let's start off with the addition property of equality. So the addition property of equality says basically if we have A equal C, then if we're going to add B to A, if we're going to add the variable B to the variable A, then we need to do the same thing to the opposite side and also add variable B to a variable C since they're equal. Again, if we're going to go over here and 1 is equal to 1, if we add 3 to this side, we also have to have 3 to this side to make it work, because if 1 equals 1, then 3 plus 1, 4 is not also equal to 1. It's equal to 1 plus 3. So that's the first property of equality. Our second property of equality is if A equals C, then B minus A equals, change that to B minus C. I just had to change the position of the C to make it after the subtraction sign, because for addition it wouldn't matter, but for subtraction, if I had it like C minus B, a negative sign would be different and they would not be equal. So again, if we had 1 equal 1, and then suppose we have 3, and suppose we have, wait, let's just change this for a second. Suppose we have 1 equals 1, and then over here we have negative 3 plus 1 equals 1, which is basically, change this to, just to make it easier on ourselves, we'll have it equal 1 minus 3, that's equal to negative 1 plus 3. And again over here, 1 minus 3, because we have to do the negative 3 to both sides. Even to cancel it out, 1 equals 1, and with the negative 3, it just makes it equal. Finally, for our last one, if A equals C, then BA equals BC. For the multiplication, just like addition, it doesn't matter what order you put these in. So BA would also equal BC or CB. And then let's just do it again over here. So suppose we have 3 equals 3. If we're going to multiply, we need to multiply by 4 on this side. We need to multiply by 4 to this other side. I'm going to use parentheses to indicate the multiplication in this. Okay, so now since we know those properties of equality, we'll start our equation solving. So first we're trying to solve the equation 15 equals 3y plus 3. And we have to solve for a variable y. What are we going to do? So first, by subtraction property of equality, we know we want to isolate the y by itself to get its value. So by subtraction property of equality, we'll subtract 3 by both sides to try to get y by itself. So now we have 3y equals 15 minus 3, which is 12. And by the multiplication property of equality, well, division property of equality, which is basically multiplication property of equality, or division property of equality, if you divide one side, like A equals B, if you divide one side by C, you can also divide the other side by C, right? That's the division property of equality. I forgot to go over that earlier. That's all good. I just went over it just now. Just got rid of that. Okay, so by division property of equality, we'll divide both sides by 3, and we have y equals 3. And stop solving this one. Now we're going to go on to another one over here. How about 15 plus y equals 23, and we want to solve for y. Well, basically we're going to use subtraction property of equality. Subtract 15. When we do this, we get 0 over here. 23 minus 15 is equal to 8, which means y equals 8. And then we're going to solve just like that. And let's try one more. How about 5y plus 3y minus 2 plus 1 equals, how about I don't know, how about 41? 41, okay? So first, we're going to combine like terms. This means basically, you see this over here? We have the 5y and 3y. Since they both are a number multiplied by the same variable, we can add these up. Suppose we had something like 5y plus 5y squared. We could not do this because although we have a coefficient and a variable like this, we still have a y and a y squared, which are not compatible. So we won't be doing this. So you know what? Let's just open up a new thing. Let's just continue a problem over there. 5y plus 3y minus 2 plus 1. Start over here. We had 5y plus 3y minus 2 plus 1, right? Just make sure that's what we had before. Minus 2 plus 1, yeah, that's exactly it. Equals 41. So as before, we're going to attach these like terms, since they both have y as the coefficient. These are like terms. We have 5y plus 3y, which is 8y minus 2 plus 1 equals 41, right? And then we can change to 8y plus, actually no, this is minus. Negative 2 plus 1 is actually negative 1, so 8y minus 1 equals 41. And then we have 8, oops, let's change that real fast. We shouldn't do that, we're going to have to do the addition property of equality over here, plus 1 to both sides, and that makes us get 8y equals 42. I'll draw an arrow over here. So we're going to divide both sides by 8 by the division property of equality, and then we're going to get y equals 42 divided by 8. This is a fraction, it does not matter, but all we should be thinking about right now is if we can further divide this fraction or simplify this fraction. So we have 42 in the numerator and the 8 in the denominator. First thing that pops to mind when I'm thinking of this is they're both divisible by 2, so we're going to just cross these numbers out. 42 divided by 2 is 21. 21 goes into 42. No, 2 goes into 42 21 times. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. And 2 goes into 8 4 times. So 21 fourths would be our final answer for this equation. Alright guys. So yeah, the main important, okay, so we'll just start over again and just basically go over the key topics. So here are the key topics. We went over the properties of equality, ES properties of these are number 1. This is what we went over. These are really important. Make sure you know all 4 of them, including the division property of equality. Don't know how to keep in mind. Second, we went over how to solve single variable expressions. And finally, I gave you guys a dose of combining like terms. This is basically when I showed you guys 5y plus 3y can be combined to 8y, but something like 8y squared plus 3y cannot be combined because this coefficient at the end is different for both of these, right guys? Alright, so hope you enjoyed the video and hope to see you guys next time. Peace.